is an universal, complex, profound, and multifaceted emotion that has fascinated humanity for centuries. From philosophers to scientists and poets, humans have been searching for the meaning and mechanisms of love. Two prominent researchers, Helen Fisher, a biological anthropologist, and John Gottman, a renowned psychologist, have made significant contributions to our understanding of love through their extensive studies on romantic relationships. In the subsequent lines, I turn to their research, which provides comprehensive yet complementary views of love from both biological and psychological perspectives, offering valuable insights into how and why we form and maintain romantic relationships, thus helping unravel the mysteries of why we love. This essay explores their findings, presenting clear examples, case studies, and practical ideas based on their scientific findings. Helen Fisher's research primarily focused on the biological underpinnings of love. She posits that romantic love is a fundamental human drive akin to hunger or thirst, deeply rooted in our evolutionary past and is galvanized by a complicated interplay of brain chemicals. Fisher identified three distinct but interrelated brain systems associated with love which govern mating and reproduction: lust, attraction, and attachment. The three systems of love can be summarized as follows. First, lust, or the craving for sexual gratification. In both men and women, this system is driven by the hormones testosterone and estrogen, which are responsible for the sexual desire, which motivates individuals to seek mating opportunities. Lust motivates individuals to seek sexual union with others, ensuring the continuation of the species. For instance, a study conducted by Fisher and her colleagues used functional magnetic resonance imaging, or fMRI, to examine the brains of individuals in love. When participants viewed photos of their romantic partners, there was increased activity in brain regions associated with the reward system, particularly areas rich in dopamine. This suggests that love can be as powerful as any addiction, driven by a biological need for sexual connection. 2. Attraction, or the obsessive focus on a preferred partner. Associated with the brain's reward system, attraction, or romantic love, involves heightened energy-focused attention on and frenetic thinking about a specific beloved individual. This phase is primarily driven by the neurotransmitters dopamine and norepinephrine, which create feelings of euphoria, acceleration, and intense stamina. Fisher's brain imaging studies revealed that people in the early stages of romantic love exhibit increased activity in the ventral tegmental area, or VTA, a region rich in dopamine receptors. One illustrative case is that of a couple, Emily and Michael, who met in college. Their initial phase of attraction was marked by intense focus on each other, late-night conversations, and a sense of euphoria whenever they were together. Fisher's research showed that these feelings were the result of elevated dopamine levels, similar to the effects of stimulant drugs. Attachment, or the bond which keeps couples together. Attachment is the deep emotional bond that develops over time, promoting long-term commitment, bonding, and mutual support. Fisher suggested that attachment evolved to help human parents cooperate in raising offspring or children, enhancing their chances of survival. This system is associated with the hormones oxytocin and vasopressin, which play a critical role in social connection and trust, fostering feelings of security and calm when we are close to our partner. Long-term couples, such as Jane and Robert, who have been married for 40 years, exemplify the attachment phase. Despite the fading of the initial passionate attraction, their relationship is characterized by deep affection, mutual respect, and a sense of security. This enduring bond is underpinned by the steady release of oxytocin, often referred to as the cuddle hormone. Thus, what might be labeled the neurochemistry of falling in love follows a simple trajectory. Two people meet and initially their relationship is characterized by intense attraction. They would spend hours talking, feeling euphoric and energized in each other's presence. Brain scans would likely show increased dopamine activity typical of the attraction phase. Over time, as the relationship matured, these two persons experienced a shift towards attachment, characterized by feelings of deep security and comfort, underpinned by the release of oxytocin during physical closeness and intimate conversations. John Gottman's work complements Fisher's biological perspective by exploring the psychological aspects of love and relationship stability, spanning decades of studying what makes relationships succeed or fail in his Love Lab, which involves observing couples' interactions and identifying patterns which predict relationship stability and satisfaction. Gottman is renowned for his research on marital stability and his ability to predict divorce with over 90% accuracy based on his studies. Gottman's sound relationship house theory outlines the key components of a healthy relationship. These include building love maps, sharing fondness and admiration, turning towards instead of away, the positive perspective, managing conflict, making life dreams come true, and creating shared meaning. For example, consider the relationship of Anna and David. By actively building their love maps, they stay attuned to each other's worlds, knowing each other's likes, dislikes, hopes, and dreams. This foundational knowledge fosters intimacy and trust. When faced with conflicts, instead of escalating into destructive arguments, they practice gentle startups and use repair attempts, strategies that Gottman identifies as crucial for managing conflict. In addition, Gottman emphasizes the importance of maintaining a ratio of positive to negative interactions, ideally 5:1. Positive interactions include expressions of affection, appreciation, and interest in each other's lives. In Gottman's Love Lab, he observed couples such as Sarah and John. Successful couples had significantly more positive interactions than negative ones. In this particular case, Sarah would express gratitude for John's help with household chores, and John would frequently compliment Sarah, reinforcing their emotional bond and satisfaction with the relationship. Gottman identified 4 negative communication patterns which predict relationship breakdown. Metaphorically named the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, they are criticism, contempt, defensiveness, and stonewalling. These behaviors, if left unchecked, can erode the foundation of love and trust. Criticism is attacking a partner's character rather than addressing specific behaviors. Contempt is showing disrespect and superiority, often through sarcasm or ridicule. Defensiveness is self-protection through righteous indignation or playing the victim. Stonewalling is withdrawing from the conversation and refusing to engage. The 2 former strategies are usually employed by women, while the latter 2 are commonly detectable in men. Couples who frequently engage in these behaviors are at high risk of relationship failure. Moreover, Gottman's research clearly proves that the presence of these behaviors, particularly contempt, is a strong predictor of divorce. Let's take as a case study a couple, Maria and Carlos, who frequently found themselves in heated arguments. Initially, their conflicts often escalated into criticism and defensiveness. However, after participating in Gottman's workshops, they learned about repair attempts, efforts to de-escalate tension and acknowledge each other's feelings. For instance, when Maria felt overwhelmed during an argument, Carlos would gently touch her arm and say, "I understand this is hard for you." This simple gesture helped soothe Maria and allowed them to continue the conversation constructively. Another couple, Lisa and Mark, often engage in these destructive behaviors. Lisa criticized Mark's character rather than addressing specific issues which annoyed her, and Mark responded with defensiveness and stonewalling, leading to escalating conflicts and emotional distance. Gottman's intervention strategies, such as using I statements and taking breaks during heated arguments, led them out of the destructive patterns through the constructive mitigations of the negative habits. Fisher's and Gottman's perspectives, based on scientific research, can be integrated to provide a more comprehensive understanding of love through the showcase of practical strategies which can help individuals and couples nurture and sustain love. While Fisher explains the neurobiological mechanisms which initiate and sustain romantic love, Gottman offers proficient tools for maintaining healthy relationships over time. The most effective ideas for nurturing love are the following. 1. Fostering intimacy through shared experiences. Both Fisher and Gottman emphasize the importance of shared experiences in strengthening bonds. Engaging in new and exciting activities together can stimulate dopamine release, rekindling feelings of attraction. For instance, couples might take a dance class, travel to new places, or try cooking a new cuisine together. 2. Maintaining open and respectful communication. Gottman's research underscores the significance of positive communication patterns. Couples are encouraged to practice expressing their needs and concerns without resorting to criticism or contempt. Using I statements instead of you statements are deeply helpful in this regard. For example, saying, "I feel unappreciated when you do not acknowledge my efforts" is much more constructive than saying, "You never appreciate anything I do." 3. Building rituals of connection. Establishing rituals, such as a weekly date night or a daily check-in, leads usually to an enhancement of the attachment. These rituals create a sense of stability and predictability in the relationship. According to Fisher, physical touch during these moments releases oxytocin, further reinforcing the bond. 4. Practicing gratitude and appreciation. Expressing gratitude for each other can counteract the effects of the fourth horseman of the apocalypse. Couples are advised to make a habit of acknowledging and appreciating each other's positive qualities and efforts. A simple thank you or a note of appreciation can go a long way in nurturing positive feelings. Furthermore, for maintaining passion and attraction, proactively cultivating novelty and adventure through the engagement in new and exciting activities together can rekindle the dopamine-driven excitement of early attraction. For example, couples can plan regular date nights with different themes or try new hobbies together. Similarly, regular physical touch, such as holding hands, hugging, and kissing, can boost oxytocin level, enhancing feelings of attachment and security and increasing lasting affection. For the amplification of emotional connection in the protocol of building love maps, couples can deepen their intimacy by continuously learning about each other's inner worlds. This can be done through regular conversations about hopes, dreams, and fears. Another intimacy-boosting strategy is the honest, calm, consistent expression of appreciation. Regularly expressing gratitude and admiration can reinforce positive interactions. For instance, keeping a gratitude journal where each partner writes down things they appreciate about the other can be a simple yet effective practice. Often overlooked, the ability to manage conflict constructively resides from two major tactics: soft startups, namely beginning conversations about conflicts gently and respectfully, hence preventing defensiveness and escalation. Using I statements rather than you statements leads to expressions of feelings without blaming, and repair attempts, that is, recognizing and accepting repair attempts during conflicts can de-escalate tension. For instance, humor, apologies, affirmations which show willingness to resolve the issue and move on. Last but not least, building a shared future consists of two main elements: joint goals and dreams. Discussing and planning for the future creates a sense of mutual purpose and direction, such as setting goals for travel, family, and/or personal growth, and rituals are due. Establishing meaningful mutual ceremonies and habits, such as weekly check-ins or annual trips, strengthens the bond and creates lasting memories. Notably, when trying to rekindle love in long-term relationships, these strategies help. Take Emily and Mark, married for over 20 years, who felt their relationship had become stale, a situation aggravated by their two kids moving out of the family home to pursue higher education. By incorporating Fisher's insights, they began to plan regular date nights, which included novel activities like attending concerts or hiking and planning those events together. This helped reignite their attraction by stimulating the dopamine release. Simultaneously, they applied Gottman's principles by practicing active listening and making conscious efforts to express mutual appreciation. Over time, these routines led to the reconnection and the deepening of the emotional bond. Understanding why we love requires a multi-layered approach that considers both biological and psychological factors. Love is a complex emotion encompassing biological drives, emotional bonds, and behavioral patterns. On the one hand, Helen Fisher's research highlighted the evolutionary and neurochemical aspects of love and the role of brain chemistry in each stage, from lust and attraction to long-term attachment. On the other hand, John Gottman's work provides a framework of invaluable insights into the dynamics of successful relationships, thus leading to a more nuanced understanding of the behaviors and interactions which sustain or undermine romantic relationships. By integrating these findings, individuals gain richer insights into the why of love and the how of the nurturing and sustenance of this incredible emotion in our lives. Equally, couples can learn and implement practical strategies such as engaging in shared experiences, maintaining respectful communication, building rituals of connection, and practicing gratitude in order to care for and maintain love, building lasting and fulfilling partnerships. Ultimately, love remains one of the most essential and rewarding aspects of the human experience, driving us to connect, grow, and thrive together. Thank you, and welcome to the future.